Hey everyone, welcome back to the Reptile Room. I'm Joe if you didn't know, and today it's only fish. Only fish. So, up here in our 125-gallon tank that I picked up for 50 bucks on the internet, which is a hell of a deal, we've got a couple of pairs of parrot cichlids in here. We have two blood reds, we have two yellow parrots, and then we have two of the small white ones, and then we also had a male bristlenose pleco, which is this big guy right down here. You can't really see him, but he is the biggest one in there. We got a couple others about a month ago, had them in our quarantine tank at the bottom. I'm showing you all this right now. So I drained that down yesterday and moved them up here, and you can see they're out and about. I just fed them. I've been slacking today. It's like it's a little afternoon right now. Fed them for the first time. Don't overfeed your fish. It's the easiest thing that we can do. So these guys are doing crazy good. These fish, those red ones, are at least the size of my hand. They are enormous. These are 6-inch flower pots down here for scale, for reference. So they are, over 6 inches long. Most of them are very tall when they have their fins up, everything. They're just fantastic. Fantastic. I really like this tank. Now that we've gotten it dialed in, we've gone through some trials and tribulations with it. I don't really want to get into that in this video. Maybe for a future rant series if you guys really want to hear it. But this is one of our tanks of fish. Down here is our other our quarantine system. Let me hop on this side. So this is our quarantine system, which is just underneath this 125. It's 55 gallons. And we have this one dude here who is very personable. He's kind of cool and does not get along with any of the fish up top. So he came back down here and he is going to live on his own. And that's just it. Not putting anything else with him. I mean, the plecos because they can hide. But really, if someone wanted to trade me, I'd be happy to. Shoot me a couple messages or whatever. But he's pretty cool. I saved him, I rescued him. I guess that's what a lot of people say. I rescued him from just getting dropped off at the fish store, which, is what you should be doing. If you're done with your fish, you don't want to sell it, you don't want to mess with it. Whereas this person was going in and out of the hospital and didn't really have time to take care of it, which totally fair. It is a fish. Doesn't need a lot of care, but these tanks and everything need a lot of work. The animals themselves don't need a ton of care individually, but the tanks that they are in need a lot of work. This filter back here needs to get cleaned all the time. You saw me yesterday, I did a over 50% water change just to get some fish out of there. I still have to drop some substrate in for him so he's not screwing around with his reflection. But right now, these are the only fish that we have in this room. Some of you are thinking, whoa, that's not true. You have a tank full of mollies and platies. Well, sure. And here's what I'll say to that. That is not a fish tank. That is a snake tank. That whole system is set up and built for our 3 snakes that we keep in there. But that's a different video. I also have guppies stashed in another tote, but that is our leopard gecko and Reeves turtle enclosure. Yes, it is a joint enclosure. No, nothing has happened to the leopard gecko. He's actually doing way better in here than he was in his own dedicated enclosure. I don't know. We'll get into that in a different video though. But fish, we really like these parrots. Parrot cichlids, these blood red parrots, and the yellows that you see in here. When I bought them, the place I bought them for, turns out, pretty lowly reputed store. We're just talking about the yellows here. They were sold to me as King Kong yellow ones, and they have not grown at all since we got them. So I don't believe the place we got them from, which, I'm not going to name drop anybody because I don't want anyone to even visit his website. He's that bad. Just overall a bad experience. These fish came diseased, they came really rough, the shipping, the packaging was not good. It was a half-assed together box with, whatever. It was not good. So, now it's been 4 months, 5 months. We've had them 5 months. One is still very washed out, looks unhealthy all the time, always hiding. It's the one over here. And then the other one, they're just not putting any size on. I wanted King Kongs because they get that foot long, and this is a 6 foot long tank, and I wanted that. They'd be about twice the size of these blood reds swimming across here. They are pretty personable, and I've heard people just say, oh, they're just goldfish, just man-made goldfish. Well, I don't care. I like them. So I did a whole bunch of work, as you saw, doing the water change, moving those bristlenose up here. We're hoping to see maybe a little bit of action out of bristlenose. You know, our goal is not to really breed anything, but if breeding happens, that is just a sign of animals in a healthy environment doing really well. There is one thing I want to show you up top, and that is the filter. So this, our filter over here, I have a UV filter, so it pumps from down here, goes up through the UV, so whatever gets killed off in there goes right into our mechanical filter up on the top, and then it trickles down through a whole bunch of lava rock. Yeah, so it goes through our lava rock and then comes back out and it pops out those pipes. And then we have a circulation pump over here just to push more water. And if we were to add anything else, I'd probably step up the filtration, which is why I want to drill this tank and feed it into the 55 as a sump. So we do have one more tank, and that's this one. I don't know what to do with it. Still kind of lost. 65 gallon tank. It's taller than deep, so it's a little narrow front to back. This is what we had everything in for a little while, and then it went through, it had some issues, so we got the 125 to set up, and it's worked a lot better for us. So, you know, I'm not sure what to do with this. Not sure right now. I got some koi outside. I'm going to show you those too, because this is an only fish show right now. So, might put a couple of the small koi in here just to have some water going in it. You know, they won't need heat and whatnot. They just need the filtration, which I gotta fix this. Let me show you. This really high-end sump. High-end sump. I'm sure it was. I really am. I'm sure it was. Came with this, and I don't like how it works, so I'm probably gonna cut some stuff out of it to make it the way that I like my sumps to work. And then, you know, tell me, what do you want to see swimming around in here? I'm open. I'm pretty open to some different stuff. It does have a blue background. I'm not going to change it, you know, because it's there. It looks fine, and not gonna waste time on redoing that if I don't have to. So yeah, I'm looking for some ideas. We're both looking for some ideas on what we might be able to put in here. Let me know down in the comments. Well, anyway, we'll go back over to the good tank. So this has just been only fish, right? Only fish. I don't want to bore you with my reptiles today on the reptile room, but that's what's coming next. We're going to dive into these enclosures around the room that we've got going on. We're going to do a little bit more deep dive on some of the animals in them, and then hopefully it'll start to become manageable outside, not a mud pit, and I can start going out there and getting stuff ready for the summer to get some of these critters outside in the natural light where they really thrive, and they do so much better for me outside. Your animals want to be outside, just so you know. But yeah, fish. I hope you like them. All right, these are some of our koi. Well, these are all of our koi that we have out here right now. Might be a little bit glare that you're seeing, but you gotta believe me, there's koi. That giant yellow one is looking thick. We really like our butterfly koi, but you know, we have a couple in there. They're a little bit challenging to see, but I might put some of these smaller ones in that 65-gallon tank was what I was thinking. There's our two really nice butterflies. One gold and one silver. Love it. There's a third one in here. He's like a bronze color. Got a little waterfall here. This is one of our outdoor enclosures for animals. And then that is Ronnie's enclosure out here. Like I said, I got some work to do. This whole area over here, I'm thinking about redoing. I need to redo this path and stuff like that. So, yeah, koi. I don't show these guys off enough. These are really just kind of for us. So, happy to share. Let me know if you guys want to see more of that. Hit the like button down there, comment, like, subscribe, share my stuff. I want more people to see it.